Hey there guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to make a platformer in Scratch with animation. So, first you want to remix my project in the description below. So, let's name this something like platform. Yeah, that's the name. Okay, so here we have our stickman, right? Now let's position. Okay. Got a green flag clicked. Set rotation style to left, right, and then we're going to set size to 100. Then let's go to something like -107 y107, and then let's show. So this will reset our entire game. Let's just click the green flag. Okay, so we want to go to variables. As you can see, we already have all of our variables here. That's because this sprite came with them. So we're going to grab out a set yval to 0. And then let's bring out our main game loop, which is basically a forever loop. So at the start, let's change the yval. Let's make a new sprite, name this level, and then basically just zoom out and make like a big rectangle. And now we want to center it, so go to code, green flag clicked, go to 0, 0. Okay, so forever, we're going to change the y velocity by -1, then change the y by yval. Okay, let's see. Yep, that works. Okay, now let's make collision. Make a new block. Maybe I'll call it something like. Oh no, hold on. So if we are touching the level, then we're going to change the y by 1, and we're going to set the y velocity to 0. But we don't want it to look like it's going to round. So go to my blocks, make a block. Name this something like fix overlap. And we're not screen refresh because we don't want screen hand. So delete the old scripts and leave these two. So we're going to repeat until we are not touching the level. Do that. Then basically just put this over there. Okay, now we have perfect collision. Okay, now let's do some movement. So create a new block called move in direction, dir, short for direction, steps, speed. Yep. Run without screen refresh. Okay, so let's put our new custom block somewhere here. And we'll make use of it right away. So grab out two ifs. If key E is pressed, if the key E is pressed, then go to and move in direction negative 90 steps. Let's say negative 4 and duplicate this time 94. Always remember that positive is right and negative is left. Okay, so let's get here. It's actually very simple. Point in direction there. Change x by speed. And let's run the project. As you can see here, it works perfectly. Okay, so now let's do jumping. So when the space key is pressed, let's set the y velocity to something like 12 maybe. Notice that you can just jump forever. Okay, so we're gonna fix this. Remove that script and then grab out a if key W is pressed and okay, so let's take falling. Falling is less than 3. Then what we're going to do is we're basically going to set y val to 12. It's not. Okay, now up here in the fix overlap, let's make a few changes here. Set falling to 0, change falling by 1. It's really that easy. Now test it. As you can see here, we cannot jump in there anymore. Okay, let's work on our. Okay, so let me show you something. So I'm going to make a wall here and a ceiling. So I just magically go straight up the wall and I just go up there. So why is this? Because we have no limit for slopes. Yes. So we're gonna have to change our move in direction. Okay. So we're going to use our slope variable now. Set slope to 0. Repeat until slope is equals to 8 or not, or we're not touching the level. So we're going to change our y by 1, and we're going to change slope by 1. And then if slope is equals to 8, then let's change x by 0 minus speed up here, and change y by 0 minus, not speed, minus slope. So let's test this. And as you can see, we are not going up. That's perfect. Okay, now you might have noticed ceiling detection. That's because we were checking if we were falling, not actually like the top as well. So how are we gonna fix this? Go to your fix overlap script or something else, or something, whatever you called it. And we're going to update this. So repeat until you're not touching the ground. Put an if else. So we're going to edit this and add a input boolean, and the boolean is up with a question mark. what are we gonna put in this here? So you're gonna put y-val more than 0. Okay, now let's go back here. If up, then change y by 1 in this else portion. Else change change y by -1. Else change y by 1. Okay, set the y-val to 0 here. Set y to 0. It's really that easy. And boom, ceiling detection. Now let's make it so that we can jump higher. So, firstly, let's, we can get stuck sometimes. Look. So, for example, I'm here. See, look at that. That's because we were actually checking if our body is on there, not like a box. So grab out a switch costume hitbox and put it at the top over here, and put this at the bottom over here, idle. So I'm going to move myself back up there, and as you can see, boxy, box. Okay, now let's, so how are we going to jump higher? Well, bring out all these scripts, don't delete them. Then we're going to put an if-else. If y-val is less than 4, if y-val is less than 4, then we're going to change the y-val by -1. Else change the y-val by -2. Now let's add the thing when we go into the void first. So if y position is less than -2, then we're going to reset ourselves to the position that we were at. So that's -157, 107. Yep. And then we're going to set the y-val to 0 so that we can keep the same y velocity that we had earlier. Okay, let's get jump higher. So we're going to replace our jump scripts with something else. So put an if-else, and in here, put yellow in the press. Now, okay, so if jump key is equal to 0 and falling is less than 3, then set y-val to 14, set falling to 6, and we're going to set jump key to 1. Also, we're going to set the jump key to 0. Okay, that's how you jump higher. Test it out, and it doesn't work because I don't even know how to get it to work because it was made in earlier version of Scratch. So okay, it's already been 14 minutes and we've already done this much. But wait, we don't have any momentum. Oh, and no animation as well. How are we going to fix this now? Well, we've got this, don't worry. So, as you can see here, we have a variable called frame and wall jump. Look at the wall jump here. and x velocity. So, what are we going to do now? So, here in the move, we're going to put an if else. If key W pressed and abs meaning absolute of speed is more than 3, then no, wait. We'll get back to this later. Actually, yes, let's get back to this later. Just move that first. So change frame by 0.2. So that you know that animation isn't too quick at least. So remember this? Well, we're going to replace that with something else. But first, go to my blocks and create a new block called set costume. Make sure you do not take run without screen refresh here. You want it to be animated, of course. So place your set costume here. Okay. So if falling is less than 3, then put that. Then if frame is equal to 0, then let's switch the costume to idle. Else, we're going to switch the costume to floor of get a plus and a mod of 4 plus frame mod 8. And then if my value is more than 0, then let's switch the costume to jump. Else, we're going to switch the costume to fall. So at the end of the forever loop here, place your set costume. Okay, so now let's get to the actual animation. Okay, here. Now this is going to be pretty weird. So first you want to move out all your scripts and delete movement scripts. Leave these scripts here first. So if wall jump is more than 0, then we're going to change wall jump by -1. Else, this is where it gets really exciting. Set x velocity, not y this time, to itself multiplied by 0.7. And then if P8 pressed, then we're going to change the x velocity by -1.5. And if PD pressed, then change the x value by 1.5. Okay. So below that, we're going to place another if else. Okay, okay, so let's, if x val is less than negative 0.5, then we're going to move in direction negative 90 steps x velocity. And if it is more than 0.5, then we're going to move in the direction 90. Else we're going to just set the frame to 0. Okay, so that is how it goes so far. Now, here's where it gets really exciting. Wall jumping. Once we're done with this, we'll finally be finished. Look at that. The animation looks so cool. I mean, I made it by myself, so as how the jump looks like, the wall. I'm not really good at the making stick now. Not even rock cycles. But I guess it still looks nice. Look at that, the hitbox even works. It's cool. Okay, finally, the last step in finishing this platformer. Wall jumping. So, if W is pressed and abs of speed up here is more than 3, then if wall jump is equals to 0, then what we're going to do is we're going to set x velocity to, let's say something like 1.2 times speed up here. Set y velocity to 14. Set falling to 6. And then we're going to set wall jump to 15. Else we're just going to set x velocity, not wall jump, to 0. Okay, now I want to make a few modifications before I leave. So, up here, we want to set the x velocity to 0, and let's set falling to 99 so that we can jump a beacon. Okay, let's try this. Okay, so we can jump. Let's see, we can wall jump, which is pretty cool. You can also get a speed boost from wall jumping. See that? Did you see that? And that's how you make a platformer with some animated character animations. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then please make sure to drop a like and subscribe, because we are very close to 50 subscribers. And thank you so much for 1,000 views as well. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this tutorial. And keep on scratching. Bye!